What's going on, people? Welcome back to Nick J. Francis' channel once again, and we are back with a 5-0 win and back with a 2-0 win away from home. They thought we couldn't do it away from home, but we did. My dad was texting me because he's a pussy. He was texting me all through the game. Do you know what I'm saying? But we slapped these man 2-0. And I've got to say, lots to talk about Thomas Partey coming back. Is he fit? Is he not? In the end, he wasn't fit enough. I think he's coming back to full fitness. He's going to be a really, really crucial player for us the second half of the season. Obviously, those of you who are Arsenal fans will probably know it's looking like there's going to be no January transfer signings, which is a little bit disappointing because I do feel like last year, January, this is where we lost the league. Do you know what I mean? Going and getting players that came in and did a good job, but not really exactly the profile of player that Mikel Arteta wanted. I think that is a huge part of where we lost the season last year, but it is what it is. Now it's this year. And Thomas Partey is going to be huge. It's going to be huge to bring us physicality. It's going to be huge to bring us transition play. Declan Rice is doing that sort of on his own at the moment and just holding it down. But instead of Thomas Partey, we had Emile Smith-Rowe, and I've got to say I was so excited. I was running late from work to come and watch the game. When I put the game on, I saw this blonde kid running around and I thought, who's this guy? Who is that? Is that can't be Smith-Rowe. And then I checked and I was like, yeah, right, it's my boy Smith-Rowe starting, you know. All right, cool. Away from home, big game. Game that was really, really important that we went on to win so that we could keep pressure on top of Liverpool. We play Liverpool on Sunday, they play Chelsea tomorrow. They're playing more games than us. They should be tired. And since we've come back from the break, since we've had that Dubai break, we've been playing unbelievable football. And yes, we had relatively easy opposition last week. We had it all our own way. Now we're playing Nottingham Forrest, who are a much tougher team, a team that we lost against last season as part of the sort of collapse of last season, if you like. And I have to say, I was really, really impressed with the football that we played. We weren't prolific, classic Arsenal as you would expect. We didn't score as many goals as we should have. We didn't score as many goals as we could have. But I have to say, I was so impressed with the style of football that we were playing. Just the way that we controlled the ball, which you would expect us to do, but we were really, really tight. Typically, we can be sloppy. Smith-Rowe coming in and playing pass and move football, floating across just the front three and the edge of the box as well. Didn't get a goal today or an assist, but I thought he played really, really well to keep the ball ticking and keep recycling. What we typically have with Kai Havertz is when the defence sit in a low block and make a tackle, we go all the way back to Declan Rice. But actually with Smith-Rowe and Ødegaard just supporting that front three, we don't have to go all the way back to the centre-backs. We do it sometimes if we just want to relieve a bit of pressure, but they are capable of playing good enough football to just keep the pressure on them and eventually force them to crack, which is pretty much how we got our goal in the end. And it was Gabriel Jesus who got the goal. I think it's gone down as an own goal to Matt Turner, but in my mind, it's Gabriel Jesus' goal. He also gets the assist at the end for Saka's goal. And man of the match performance for me today. You know, he when he's at his best, you think to yourself, I can't look around the transfer market and find anyone in the world as good at doing what he does. There are better strikers, there are better goal scorers like a Haaland, like a Salah, but in terms of that link-up play, he's so good, he's so tidy. And potentially going into next year, we will need two different types of strikers. Someone like a Haaland who can just go and get goals, someone like a Jesus who can just go and do the link-up play and keep it tidy. But when he's at his best, like today, unbelievable performance for me, unbelievable, well-deserved man of the match. I think Lucy Ward on TNT gave it to him as well, and I couldn't agree more. I thought he was instrumental. There were times when it looked like we could let this slip. In typical Arsenal fashion, we know no matter how much possession we have, how good we play, we're always capable of letting it slip. We let it slip a little bit towards the end with Amwini, who scored against us last season and made it 1-0. And yeah, when we needed someone to step up, it was Jesus. I thought Jesus was absolutely fantastic today, and unlucky not to get more goals. I thought Saka was really good. You know, before the break, before they went to Dubai, he started to look a bit leggy, picking up injuries, looked a little bit tired. Starting the game, moving gingerly. Actually, today he was free flowing on the break. He was running late into the game. I'm looking at him, looking at his body movements, thinking, has he got a bit of a knock? Do we have to protect him? This guy's just gliding through players. Still needs to diversify his play a little bit more, but I thought he was really, really good. Really well taken goal as well on his weak foot, cutting it across Matt Turner. Really, really good game from him. And someone that might not get a lot of the shine, Martin Ødegaard, you know, didn't get a goal, didn't get an assist, and often this is what people look at when they analyse football. But I thought Martin Ødegaard was very, very brave today, constantly wanting the ball. Again, he is at his best when he wants the ball. Pick up the ball in tight spaces, check his shoulder, turn, set us away, start to find out those angles, break down low block midfields and defences. That's what this guy's capable of doing. And you can see when he's not mentally there, he doesn't really want the ball. He doesn't take responsibility. He takes the ball, passes it on, doesn't really want it. When you see him confident, he's calling for the ball constantly wants the ball. Like I say, that's when he's at his best, and that's what he was at today. So all of the attackers I thought were really, really good. Martinelli, probably the weakest of the front three, but still a pretty good performance from him, to be fair. And I think Smith, again, having that base of Smith Rowe and Odegaard allows him to try things. If he loses the ball, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Rice behind them, we're probably going to win the ball back in some pretty quickly, and he's going to get another opportunity. That gives him license to be creative. That gives him license to try things. Do you know what I mean? So that for me was huge. On a negative side, I think, William Saliba today, not the best, didn't cost us the game or anything like that, but, we have to call a spade, not the best game. He's normally the picture of strength, composure, very, very strong for his age. Today, 2, 3, 4 times, moved off the ball, wasn't very good in the air, passing, wasn't making decisive passing decisions, just not his best or tidiest performance today, William Saliba. But like I say, if you're going to have a bad performance, have it in a game when we win, so it doesn't cost us 3 points. But it's something for us to keep an eye on, because he is an absolute Rolls Royce when he's at his best. But again, today, just wasn't quite at it today. Zinchenko I thought was pretty decent, and Ben White I thought was pretty decent as well. Zinchenko sometimes playing the ball a little bit slow, but I get he's the guy to dictate the tempo from the back. We play a very, very high line. Our keeper is 30, 40 yards behind him, and we need someone in that defensive line to just keep it calm and set the tempo. He did that today. Before the break, last couple of games, he was, had a couple of the worst performances I think I'd seen of him in an Arsenal shirt before Christmas and in and around the Christmas break, but actually, come back with a real banger of a game today. So I thought it was really good. Then, of course, the subs off the bench, they didn't have to do too much, but I thought, Trossard and Nketiah, seeing them come on, get minutes is really good, keeping them fit and fresh. Trossard didn't get a goal, but was shooting from every opportunity that he got, and that's what we want to see. That, again, you get to know your players, when they're confident. When Trossard is confident, he just wants goals. He can do the link-up play. He doesn't really care about the link-up play. Get me the ball, let me shoot, that's what I want to do. And then Nketiah battling really well as well. So overall, really, really good performance. Like I say, that Saliba mistake leads to the goal, and that's what it is. But it's all about putting pressure on Tottenham. It's all about putting pressure on Liverpool. We play Liverpool on Sunday. They play Chelsea tomorrow. We are currently only 2 points behind Liverpool with that win. If we can go and get a win against them, which would be very difficult because we never win against Liverpool, not in the league anyway, maybe in the cup. We never do. But if we can stay top. Even a draw, something that keeps the momentum going and keeps us relevant in that conversation. We've got Aston Villa there, we've got Man City there. Aston Villa had a bit of a shocker tonight, but Man City, we know what they're capable of. We saw them pull off a win against Tottenham in the FA Cup. They've got so much talent in their team. Us and Liverpool and City, we have to keep putting ourselves in that conversation. We were very much in the conversation last year, and they said, listen, Liverpool fell away. You guys were never really those guys, and we have to keep showing them that we are those guys, especially with this crop of players that we've got. We still need number 8. We still need a number 9, 100%. But we now know that no business is going to get done. It's the transfer deadline day tomorrow. Nothing's going to be done. Everyone's been doing their videos about who could come in. Apparently, I'm hearing that Zubimendi is pretty close to be done. That's really exciting for the summer. But for right now, we need to focus on these players that we have. Getting these players back fit. Thomas Partey coming back fit. Jurriën Timber coming back fit. Fabio Vieira hopefully coming back fit. And of course, Emile Smith-Rowe starting today. So all in all, I can't complain. There were some weaknesses and some mistakes across the game, but that's going to happen in 90 minutes of professional football at the top level. But I really can't complain. Very, very solid, composed performance. Credit to Nottingham Forest. They made it really difficult for us at the end in typical Arsenal fashion. Their fans were, every time they were near our 18-yard box, their fans were trying to put pressure on us, but we didn't crack under the pressure. We stayed with it, and for most top teams, that wouldn't be anything that exciting, but this is Arsenal, and so that mental side of the game is probably our biggest weakness. We managed to hold it out. We go and play Liverpool on Sunday, potentially top of the league, who knows? Peace.